guys, Elizabeth Quinn here one more time with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents for the third and final part of my spring and summer wax stash. So thank you for sticking with me if you've done the first two parts. And the last areas that we have to cover today are going to be licensed, a little bit of like clean and fresh, and a whole wonderful bin of bakery, which to me is the grand finale because I love my bakery bars. So let's get into it. First off, I have all of my Disney license. Now, one of my favorites is Stitch, and with any of these, I really don't keep most of them in my club because they're a little more expensive and they just kind of come and go on a rotating schedule. But Stitch is an awful lot like Mahalo Coconut. It's a little bit more like palm leaf and lush rather than Mahalo Coconut being a little creamier. Very nice bar. If they bring him back in any way this summer, I will definitely get a couple more bars. So then after that, I have Air of Adventure. No, Adventure is out there. There's one that's got a similar name from a different Disney collection, which is called Up from the movie, which is super cute. And this one was a little bit of a disappointment. I think I'm going to mix this. It's kind of like Make a Splash, and so it's sharp, and I don't actually own Make a Splash because I don't like it, but this is somewhat like that. I'm going to need to mix it. So here's the other one, Air of Adventure Mandalorian. Beautiful bar. I love this bar. It's got silvermint and geranium and other sort of soft herbals. And it is wonderful. If you have smelled Summer Holiday, this has a different scent profile, but it has a beautiful mixture of ingredients like Summer Holiday does. And I think of this as the masculine version of Summer Holiday. Beautiful. All right, then we have Moana Spirit of Montanui. And this I really liked because it gave me a nice watermelon and sort of a tropical melon scent without it being too weird. Beautiful bar, and I am so looking forward to melting this like June and July. I have a couple of those. Right, then I have Oh Boy, which I do believe is in the catalog right now. Now this one, it's really pretty at first, but then the longer that I melt it, it has a little bit of a sour burned quality that I don't care for. But at first, it just smells like grapefruit and vanilla and all things good. So if I take this out after a day, I'm usually pretty safe to still enjoy it. Then one of my probably absolute favorite licensed bars ever, 100 Acre Wood, which they pretty much consistently have available to us. It's usually in the catalog. Oh, this is cuddly, clean, and fresh and gentle. If I could give you the bar to warm in a young child's room, this would be it. It is peaceful, it's got cotton blossom and some really gentle florals, and it is gorgeous. So then, Fearless by Nature with Mr. Svenny Sven on here. It's a really good. And this is good for right now, like between now and maybe early April. It's a sharp wildflower field with a little bit of almost like a birch background, a little bit of woodsiness. Very, very nice bar. This is currently in my club because I think I want a couple more of it. So then we have the Muppets, which is like fruit cocktail plus vanilla. Very fun, a little bit on the zesty sharp side. I was thinking about getting more, but I just placed an order and I forgot to throw it in, so I have what I have. I guess that'll be good enough unless it sticks around in clearance after they update it. Really nice, sharp, happy, fruity scent. Okay, then we have a few more Disney. I've got The Last Petal, which is gorgeous. This is like floral and apricot, and it is beautiful. It doesn't smell anything like a red rose. It just smells yummy and great, and this I think will end up in my melting basket May or June, and I will enjoy every minute of it. Then we have Cars, which is probably my favorite Disney Pixar ever. I love the characters in Cars. It's just that one and the third one. The second one's a little weird, but I enjoy that too if you want a, Bond car spy movie with your Route 66. Anyway, so this is so nice because it's a gentler version of Cherry Limeade, and this is like lemon and cherries and just all things happy and really, really nice. Okay, then the All Is Well collection, I have all of those, and we've talked about those quite a lot lately, so I won't belabor it, but my favorite is Relax. This will come out on Monday. They did push back the date. This is amber and vanilla sugar, and just and bergamot, the perfect mix if you want a warm, cuddly scent. Like I said, it's similar to Pacific Sandalwood, but I think this one is even better. I will be putting 2 bars of this in my bi-monthly. Great scent. And then Soothe and Inhale and Meditate are honorable mentions, and I don't really like Unwind, so those will be coming out soon. Okay, then we also have a couple from the Every Moment Matters collection. I don't really care for birthday wishes. I was hoping it would smell a lot like Happy Birthday. I find this to smell kind of just like wax and a little bit of cheap vanilla. I don't like it. And Graduation, this is beautiful, but it's too light. So I've put this in a couple places where I can smell it sort of. Didn't keep it in the club because it doesn't have enough scent. It's sort of like a really soft suede and a little bit of apple. And if it just was a little stronger, I would have kept it in my club. It is very pretty. So then we have a bar that's just odd. We had this collection not this January, but the January before. I think it was called Catching Z's. This is just the weirdest scent. My older daughter and I both thought we liked it at first. Bought more bars of it, and now that it's been sitting around for a while, it's got this weird sharpness. I think this one has tansy flower in it, if I have the right one of these bars, because it's been ages since I read the scent notes. So it's supposed to be relaxing, but then it gets kind of sharp funky. So not my favorite. All right, then the good bar from that collection is Snuggle Up. And oh, is this nice, especially if you like jammy time. This is the perfect strength with the lavender and the freshness and a laundry quality without it being too much. Beautiful bar. A lot of people kept this in their club. I like jammy time better, so I didn't leave it in mine, but I keep it to smell just so I can see the difference. So then my other sort of fresh ones that are along that vein are jammy time itself, and I have a brick of this too. This has sweet pea and lavender and other florals that makes it just this wonderful, cuddly bunny slippers kind of a scent. Very, very nice. And then something that's similar to both of those, but a little bit more sophisticated and elegant, was last, I believe, July's These things are like trying to hold a slippery fish. Stargazing. Stargazing is wonderful. I have 3 bars of it. And it's deeper than jammy time. It's got a vanilla cloud note, and so it's almost more like jammy time meets a really rich perfume, and it's fantastic. So then I do have just a few of your like real cologne scents, fresh cologne scents. My Hero is excellent. This one has birch and, oh gosh, what else is in here? I'm going to go out on a limb and say bergamot. That's probably a safe note. And something maybe verbena-ish. Very nice. A lot of people think this is the best cologne scent that we have right now. So then we have Mystery Man, which I'm not really a fan of, but this may turn into a character in a literary melting basket down the road. Mystery Man. And it's better on cold than I remember it being. I'll give it that. And I know that this one's got a lot of interesting layers, so we'll see if Mystery Man can win me over, just like the character won over the other character that we'll discuss in a couple months. So, World Traveler. Now, I love this one. This one just is straight up my kind of man smell. Oh, it's like oak and berries and European sophistication, and it makes the whole house just smell rich, and I love it. So that's in my club. That just came back in January's Bring Back My Bar. And then White Amber Antique. This one is new. Now, let me smell this with Mystery Man. Okay. There's not a ton of difference between these two to my nose, and I'm pretty careful. I'm going to have to melt both of these. This one's a little sharper and a little summerier. So for lack of a better example, this makes me think of a man with a dark complexion. This makes me think of a guy that's got blonde hair and blue eyes and has a tan. I don't know. But it's just summerier. They're very similar. So neither of those are my absolute favorite, but they're very nice. Okay, now here's my husband's favorite masculine scent, and it has been not available for a while. It was in Bring Back My Bar. This is Echo. Now this smells like an old-fashioned, really good quality shaving cream. It's got bitter orange and herbs, and it's really good. It's super strong. It hits you right in the face, but every time that my husband comes home, he says, "Oh, what are you warming?" And it's his very favorite cologne scent, Echo. So I've got 2 bars of that left. So that's everything in that bin. And then for the grand finale, I have my bin of bakery bars. Oh, bakery bars, you are wonderful. So first off in bakery, we have the perennial favorite sweet plum pastry. Never coming out of my club. At the moment, we have 2 bars every 3 months. Probably I won't downsize that. because my daughter and I both like to melt this liberally. It's plum, it's pastry, it's bubbly, it's gooey, it's comforting, it's great. Then after that, we have Pretty and Plum, which was something that I got in a flash sale. This was available either the year before or the year after Sweet Plum Pastry. 2 fall catalogs in a row, quite a while ago now. They did this sort of plum baked good thing. And I guess not enough of us caught onto it in time that they really haven't done that again, but they're both really good. So Pretty and Plum is a little bit more like a red plum, whereas there's a black plum, I think, in Sweet Plum Pastry. And this one has toasted coconut or some sort of a coconut element to it and not as much crust. I wish I could get more of this. It's amazing. So I've got 1 full bar and 2 cubes, and I will be just kind of eking that out until it's all gone. So then we have Almond Croissant. Now this just retired, and I sure hope you put this thing in your club. Oh, is it good? I can get it open. It's stuck. Oh, almond. Flaky, wonderful pastry. A little bit of cinnamon sugar. One of the absolute best bars in my entire spring and summer collection. And yes, it came out first as a fall bakery, but then they put it in spring, summer, and then they retired it. Silly, silly, silly people. Why did they do that? And so I've got 3 bars in my bi-monthly club. Oats and Honey is next. Now, Almond Croissant is a really good performer too. Oats and Honey is a little softer than Almond Croissant. And this really just smells like that wonderful buttery crisp that you would, put on top of a pie or a crumble or a slump, any of those kind of things. Well, a slump I think is actually dough that goes on top. Excuse me if you're a true baker. But Oats and Honey is really good. And I get 1 bar every couple months, and I think it'll make an amazing mixer. And especially with the next one I'm going to say. Caramel Pear Crisp. Now this is supposed to be a bakery bar, but I get almost entirely fruit and almost entirely that specific pear scent that makes me think of home fragrance from about 15 years ago. I don't know how else to put it. It's just, it doesn't smell like a pear that somebody invented today. It smells like the pear that you would get in Yankee Candles over a decade ago. So it's okay. I think I'll be mixing it. Stroopwaffle Delight, another one of my just top bakery bars, and this would be top spring, summer, fall, winter bakery. Tons of butter, lots of wonderful that wafer cookie and the caramel and the cinnamon sugar. I don't think that there's an actual nut note in here, but all that rounded richness makes this feel like it's got pecans in it. It's so good. And then we have the new one, Clementine Cupcake. I love this. I will definitely be putting this in my club. It is the happy young child in this whole group of bakery bars. It is sprightly and it is stuck. There we go. This is so happy. And Cutie Pie Cupcake will be coming back in June. I'll have to get a bar of that to compare, but I love the Clementine in here. And it's got this wonderful happy vanilla cake. It doesn't last a long time, but oh, is it darn good. So I enjoy this a lot. Okay, ooh, Cozy Chai. Now, this is the bar that straddles fall, winter, and spring, summer, and it's really probably almost a spice bar, but it also smells like a latte. So, and you heard me say if you watched the bakery video or maybe the last What I've Been Warming video, if I had to give all the rest of the stuff in my bins away, if I could only have 1 bar to melt all year long, this is it. The reason is because it's bakery and it's spice and it's good in any kind of weather for me. It's just the smell that I associate with being comforted. If it ever comes back and bring back my bar and you love your spice or you love your bakery or you love both, get yourself some Cozy Chai. Fantastic. Good, strong throw. Then another bar that is wonderful that just retired is Apple Cherry Strudel. Now, Apple Cherry Strudel started out as a fall bar, then it ended up spring, summer, and now it's ended up being pulled and possibly forever. So there's a really, really good cherry note in here, though. It's not the same cherry note that any of the other bars I've talked to you about has. This one smells like cherry pie for real with the apple and then that strudely crust. It's wonderful. It just doesn't last very long. Oh man, it's good those first few hours. So if you had this in your club or if it shows up in clearance when March, when the clearance resets, get yourself some Apple Cherry Strudel if you don't mind a 1 day or less than 1 day performer. Okay, apple butter frosting. This one is also 3 bars in my bi-monthly, and I never do that, but I am just determined to get a stash, and then I'll drop it down to 2 bars every couple months, or maybe 1 bar, but probably I'm not that brave. Oh, this is so good. So you can't get cozy chai right now, and you can't get apple butter frosting right now either, but those would be the 2 out of this whole bin that I would really, really strongly recommend that are just good any time of the year for me. So apple butter frosting is smooth and creamy with just a pinch of spice, a lot of roundedness from the apple and the buttercream. Beautiful smell, good and strong. The one you can get right now is baked apple pie. Thankfully, they never pull this, and this is really, really good too. They battle for me as far as my affections, but baked apple pie is so nice. And this is more the warmth and the cinnamony juiciness that oozes out of a pie when you just baked it. And it's so good. It kind of smells like an apple turnover too. You get a little bit of that crustiness. It's excellent. Got a lot of cinnamon though. So if you are not a bakery fan with spices, this might be a little bit too much for you. So then we have one that is a terrible performer, but I keep in my club because the scent appeal is great, and that's Churro. Churro is this wonderful vanilla with a little bit of the fried greasiness of a churro and just a pinch of cinnamon. And it's a different kind of vanilla than any of the other vanilla bars that they make, which is why I keep this in my club. So I have to baby it, but it's totally worth it. All right, salted caramel cupcake. This is also in my club. I only have 1 bar of this, though. I'm not totally crazy about this one. But it's really good. So it's got the salt, it's got the caramel, it's got a little bit of cocoa, and almost like a vanilla cake. All that stuff smushed together, and it's very good. It's just not super long lasting. Now for me, I think this does better than for some of my other reviewer friends, but I like it. It's not the world's longest lasting bakery bar. Okay, toasted marshmallow. This one is also so good. This is one of the summer ones that was in the same collection as Endless Sea and Gone Campin' and Driftwood Bay, which, I would love to get another bar of Driftwood Bay. That is the best fresh air men's marine cologne ever. It's so good. But this is good too, in a different way. So this is a malted, charred, toasted, gooey marshmallow. It's a wonderful mixer, and it's fantastic by itself. And for a bakery bar, it lasts and lasts and lasts. And I think that's because of the malt. So it gives it kind of a base note. And excuse me. All right, then. This one just got rescued from the Hall of Shame for me by mixing it with sugared strawberry. I know a lot of y'all love this bar. It just doesn't perform for me. If it comes back next fall, I'm definitely going to buy more though, because now that I mix it with the sugared strawberry, oh my goodness, peanut butter and jelly, perfect, beautiful, wonderful scent. Simply Vanilla. Now, I wasn't sure where to put Simply Vanilla because it's not really a bakery bar, but you know, all the other vanillas are in here. This is so nice. This was voted back in January, just this year. This bar is a masterpiece because it's perfectly balanced and it's better when you warm it. So if any of you bought this and you bring back my bar and you haven't melted it yet, please do. You'll probably just fall in love. It's sort of like when Cinderella gets her big poofy blue dress. You just see the beauty. Gorgeous bar. That would probably be number 2 or 3 for me in like an essential Scentsy bars collection. Very, very good smell. All right, then after that one, we've got, no, we already did that. Ooh, we have brown sugar praline. A brown sugar praline is always right on the edge of the chopping block for me. It doesn't perform super well, but it's one of those comforting, just like pecans and brown sugar, and there's no coffee in the notes, but I smell coffee. Just, oh yeah, I don't know. Like what you want to wake up to in the morning with someone baking something wonderful in the kitchen. They just put on the fresh brewed pot of coffee. You pour a little bit of cream and maybe some caramel syrup in it. And you've got a muffin with lots of beautiful pecans in it. This bar, so good. Okay. Oh, sugar cookie. Now, sugar cookie you can still get as a brick with the Scentsy Club. And it used to be a bar. Hopefully it will come back in the fall, but we don't know. It's never retired before. I prefer this to vanilla bean buttercream when you're talking about a bakery vanilla. It's lighter. It's really nice. So this mixes with just about anything and still holds up on its own. Great, great bar. Very nice if you're sort of over all the other scents that you've got and you want something going in the house, but not very much of something. Very pretty sugar cookie. All right, Toffee Butter Crunch. Oh, is this nice? This is one of those decadent bars with Stroopwaffle Delight and what was the other one? Oh, and Cozy Chai. Like, these are top faves of mine. There's this wonderful toffee, walnut, gooey, golden, deep thing going on here. It's just amazing. I hope you had it and that you tried it in January because I don't know what more to say about that. All right, salted caramel toffee. Now, this is my disappointment in the salted caramel toffee department. It's flat. Doesn't do nothing for me. I keep it so I can compare it to the others. I don't even melt it. First 2 cubes were a total disappointment. Vanilla bean buttercream. Now, this is a super strong vanilla. It has a very full-bodied scent throw. It's an excellent mixer for strong scents, and I bet that it would enhance certain things very well, but be careful because it is a lot more aggressive when it's playing with others than sugar cookie. Almost done here, guys. Oh, Vanilla Waves, yes. And okay, the very last one out of everything that we have shared, and my estimate is there's over 250 bars here. I know there's over 200. Vanilla Waves. Now, Vanilla Waves, I don't really care for. It has an odd quality to me that just doesn't match up with what I want in a vanilla bar. It almost smells like caramel and oranges in the background with the vanilla and a little bit of sea salt. So, you know, some people love this, and I'm not saying that I hate it. It's just, it always leaves me feeling a little weird when I melt it. So I'll probably get another bar for summer. I do like to mix that with Orange Dreamsicle. It makes a really nice scent. But anyway, that is everything. So if you have stuck with me through all 3 parts of this, good job, guys. And I've done an awful lot of talking. We will do this again when I rotate my whole collection, early fall or late summer, depending on what's going on in my life. We'll do it mid to end of August or very early September, and there will probably be even more bars in the fall winter collection because that's my thing. I love pumpkin, apple, spice, pine, and holiday so much. So if you don't talk to me till then, there will be lots of videos between now and then, but I would love to see you back for the other half of my Wax Stash fall winter at a later date in 2022. Goodbye, guys. Thank you.